So for many years now, littering at Ham Hill has been an issue, particularly in the summer season. We get a lot of people coming up here for picnics and barbecues, which, we welcome people to come and do. But the issue is we've got several bins in this location, and invariably at the weekend they get full. A lot of it gets left on the floor underneath the benches, and also a lot of it gets piled up. People, are trying to do their bit. They pile it up next to the bin because they assume it's going to get picked up. So it can get left for 1 or 2 nights. The animals come in, they pull it apart, and then on a Monday morning, it can literally take 2 hours just for 2 rangers just to clear this area alone, and that's not including all of the other areas on site as well that are prone to a lot of rubbish. So it's causing issues in terms of site management, but also in terms of the wildlife and conservation side of things. There's litter that's getting left, it's being blown about the site, we're struggling to pick it all up, and the animals are obviously ingesting a proportion of plastics and all the leftover food, which it's not great for them. So we consulted with our colleagues across the country who work in country parks and local nature reserves to ask them, do they have bins on their site? Have they removed bins from their site? And we had about a dozen people respond who had either removed bins, even from very urban country parks, and people who have never had bins on site. And they said actually bins attract litter, which sounds funny, but on sites where they've removed bins or they haven't got bins in the first place, littering is much less of a problem. So this is the way we've decided to go forward. In the first instance is that hopefully people will come up to site on a Saturday morning after a lovely Friday, or on a Sunday morning, and they'll be able to come to site and not be greeted by essentially what looks like a landfill site with rubbish everywhere. We pick up litter anyway, and so if it's put on the floor because the bins aren't here, it's going to make no difference because the rangers already pick it up off the floor even with the bins here. But what we're hoping is that people will get used to the bins not being here, and they will start to take their rubbish home, which will free up a lot of ranger time. It will mean the rangers will be able to concentrate on actually managing the rest of the site for people's enjoyment, like improving the paths, doing all the habitat management work, and also being able to spend time maybe delivering more events. We want people to still come up here, enjoy a picnic, but what we want people to think about is you've bought your rubbish up here, you've bought your food items and everything like that, please just take it home and put it in the recycling bin, because all of the rubbish up here, with all the goodwill in the world, we're not going to be able to recycle it because of the huge quantities and the amount of time it would take to sort it all out. So yeah, please take it home, recycle it and improve South Somerset.